Hey guys, welcome back to Nightly Drawing, right? But I hope you guys enjoyed the last video of just my thoughts. And I do want to continue that. I want to continue talking more about, myself, you could say, but more so like what I've been feeling these these couple of days, right? I explained in the last video, I am feeling a bit demoralized with, life in general. So I do want to talk more about it. So I think the thing I want to talk about mainly is YouTube as a whole. Do I go into it? Yeah. All my life, well, not all my life, but since I was a kid, actually, when I was a kid, I used to make, I'm sure you guys heard about this, mega constructs, like Call of Duty, Halo. I used to buy, I used to get them for Christmas or for my birthday because I just really liked building. That's one thing that stuck with me as a kid. Not building, but like creating. I loved the idea or the action. All right, hold on, let me hold down this thing. The action of creating something, of doing something with your not hands, but creating something like an art or a music or just something physical. I just loved creating. I loved the idea of it, and I just loved doing it. So as a kid, I would always want to get these mega constructs from either Halo or Call of Duty or whatever. Even though, in terms of games I played as a kid, I only played Call of Duty 2 on the Wii U, Call of Duty 1 on the Wii. Surprisingly, I was never a kid who got, had a play. Well, I had a PlayStation 2, but my dumb kid brain, I think I told this story before, but pulled the tray and the tray never went back in, the disc tray. And I broke the PlayStation 2, and I'm still upset to this day because I have my Wii. The Wii still works perfectly fine, and I still like playing on it sometimes. But, I could have a PlayStation 2 right now if my kid self wasn't such a, whatever. But yeah, I had a PlayStation 2 for a little bit. But mainly I grew up with Nintendo. I grew up with a Wii, a 3DS, a Wii U, and so on. So I got into a Nintendo Switch now, and in the future I want to get a Nintendo Switch too. And I grew up with Nintendo, and I've always played games. I played Halo, but only my brother-in-law, in his Xbox 360, and then Call of Duty, like I said, on the Wii and on the Wii U. So, But I liked creating. I liked actually doing things. I actually had a channel before this channel, where I would make mock, not MOC, so mock things with these mega constructs, where I would make either different things, or I'd make an entire, I had a tiny, not tiny, I had a dresser, and I'd make I put all my all the toys I had on top, and I make it look like a scene, and then every video would be slightly different. So it kind of was like a stop motion, kind of, you could say, but it wasn't really, since it was basically it was a scene in one video, and I talk about it, describe the entire scene, and then in the next video it'd be a different scene, so everything would be slightly changed, and then I talk about it. And I still remember it, but then that channel was lost to time because I changed phones, and I changed I think emails as a kid, so that channel was long gone. It's probably gone. But it's so strange that I've kept this love and passion for creation since I was a kid. And I actually still have those same mega constructs. I still like creating. So I remember I had a picture of a mech where I took apart like 2 sets and I made a mech. And basically, like I was, talking about, actually, this is about myself. Wasn't I talking about YouTube? Well, this is technically about YouTube, so whatever. But I had like god damn it, I keep pushing it too hard. But I had a mech, and this mech went from, I still remember like the first iteration of it. It was very blocky. It like you could only move its legs and like the hatch. It was like basically a box with legs, and like the door was like a little thing. So it was like a little plate, or like it was a little like it was Lego basically. Again, Mega Trucks, Lego, they're basically the same. It was like a little like a plate of something, and it was connected with like a hinge. So it was just that was the door of the mech, and it was just legs and a box, so you can put like a figure inside, and I called it a mech. It was the first time I created something that wasn't like, by a manual or like this instructions, where you would actually create like a thing made by the company. This was the first time I actually created something by a mock of my own. And from that, I've been I've been adding to the same mech again and again. I've been redesigning it. I've been doing this from a little kid. I think from when I was maybe 7, maybe 8, I think 9, till now, till 20. Because I think last year I made but I've made the newest addition to this mech. I still have it. It should be in like not a drawer, but it should be on a shelf or something. Where it went from like a block, like just a box with legs, to actually having legs, because I took those legs and arms from a different set, and I've added it to it. But it was literally just, even when I added legs from a different set, like an official set, it was still a box. Literally, it was still a box, and the door, you would have to actually like take it off. But now, I think I can show it. Let me see. Now, after countless redesignings, countless different decisions, I think made it like the final thing. But basically, this is it. After years of having this thing, this is the newest edition, or the newest design I made for it. And still, even then, I'm not done, because I still want to add something here, but I don't know what. And I'm just surprised with myself, because I kept this through year, and like these arms are from a different set, and then this also from different set. And I made these legs myself. They're not like the most advanced. They're literally just, again, a hinge joint, and that's it. But when I look at it, I realize just how far I've come with things like this. I'm old, you could say. Well, not old, I'm only 20, but I've grown so much, and it just feels so weird having something from my childhood be so different. And it just, I don't know how to explain the feeling. It's a mix of proud. I don't know. And I've just seen this, holding it, just makes me feel so happy with myself that I've kept it around these years, and I didn't throw it away. I didn't just give up on it, and I still have it. And actually, you can basically, the idea is that these would pull up. Hold on, let's see if I can actually do it. Oh no, I think they're locked. Oh yeah, I did put that. I put them that they're locked here, so you'd have to pull it a little bit, and then you can tilt it. Oh, I didn't even mean to do that. Oh wow, look at me, I'm the smarty pants over here. That's actually really cool. But the idea, god damn it, the idea is that all you have to do is just pull this down, and it reveals this. And again, it's by standard. When you pull it down, it is just a box still, but on the outside, it looks more than a box. I'm gonna put this guy back now. I got a little sentimental with the just seeing how far I've grown with things. But just seeing that reminds me that creating is my passion. That I don't really know what to do if this doesn't work out, because I don't really want to live a life that's not this. Not even like creating videos, but like, creating. Like, that's what I want to do with my life. So I don't really know what to do if this fails. So let's hope it doesn't, because I want my future to be creation. I want it to be not even, again, even if I don't become an artist, I want to just make something. I want to see something. I want to make, like, again, my characters come to life. I want to do something, and it's just something I've been wanting to do since I was a kid, because I remember I used to draw as a kid, and then younger sister, she was also really young, and then one day it was cold. We needed like some things for the fireplace, and my younger sister, she was really young at this time, so she saw these papers and decided, yeah, let's use this, and threw it in the fire. There go all my old drawings. So if you ever want, like, a video of me, reviewing old drawings of mine, I have like old, like, practice sheets still that I drew when I was maybe like 10 or 12. But like the old ones, yeah, they're long gone. They were burned in a furnace, basically. But I just wanted to, say that creating is a passion of mine. It is my dream, my biggest dream, the dream of mine. And you probably heard it in my voice when I was talking about that mech, how deep this passion goes. And again, I don't know if I'll make it as an artist, but I do want to be a writer. And in the future, if I can draw, then I'll just have to have, someone draw for me. But I want to be I want to be a writer. I want to have my characters come to life on the page. So even if I have to, get someone to draw for me, that's fine. That, just helps with that. Just, helps, like, the burden of things. Whew. Not sure what to talk about now, but because I kind of talked about everything. I really do hope. I that's also a big thing of mine. I always have this attitude that even in the past when I was in school, elementary, middle, high school, whatever, I had this thing that everything will be fine. That things will be fine. Things will be okay. And there are a lot of times, especially now as an adult, where it just feels like nothing will be fine. Nothing will go your way. Nothing will be good. And it's just something, I gotta push through. Because, this is just how life is. Sometimes life pushes you down, knocks you down, whatever. But sometimes life pulls you up. Life lets you see the good in the world. Life is kind and beautiful. Sometimes life can be cruel. Sometimes it can be forgiving. It all just depends on how life feels that day. Look at me getting all sentimental about myself. Thank you guys. Truly. If you're watching this, you're watching some random 20-year-old who still lives with and then when I say this, I don't mean to shame anyone, not at all. It's just I'm really thankful that my parents still let me live with them. You know, I am Hispanic, so we kind of have a culture around that. But it just feels like I'm kind of like a leech sometimes. And it's, you know, it's not true, obviously. I try my best to help them and all that stuff. But it just feels like I'm doing nothing. I'm not helping them sometimes, that I'm just a waste of space. And again, yeah, that this isn't true and that they love me and all that. But it's just these things that get in your head that you gotta just push through. What was I talking about? God, again, this video specifically is very like emotional, very, you know, just basically my thoughts and like just how I feel. Basically without like the face of optimism and like the hope I have. Like this is just the me behind everything. And I wanted to tell you guys, I was thanking you guys that thank you. Again, if you're watching a random 20-year-old practice drawing, practice like telling you guys about, you know, his life, about his stories, about his writing and all these things, and you find that entertaining, I really, really do thank you, because I'm happy. With a thing of my a dream is that I want people to smile. Even if one person smiles at something I've said, that's everything. That's literally, that would make my day. And I really do hope you guys, you know, comment down that if I make your day a little bit better, even if it's a tiny amount, that's everything. Even if like you had like a hint of a smile, that's everything I want. Because I'm a content creator. My job is to make people happy. My job is to be an escape for people. And I want to be that. I want to be like the inspiration from the YouTubers I watched. I was back then when I was a kid, and there were days, you know, I'd be really sad, really, you know, just in a bad mood. I'd watch a YouTuber and they make me happy. And that's what I want to be. I want to be just like them. Not in the sense, you know, where I'm like them, but I want to be that. A source of laughter, a source of smiles, a source of making your day a bit better. And yeah, I think that's everything for now. If you stuck through the end, stuck through like the sentimental talk and all that, thank you. I just wanted to say that you make my day. You, like anyone watching, like seeing that one view on the video, no matter how short it was, is everything. It just makes me happy because someone had to click on it. Someone had to see it and be like, this guy seems interesting, and clicks on it. I'm getting a little sentimental now. Oh boy, I shouldn't. It's nighttime. I should be heading to bed. Thank you guys for everything. For hopefully, you know, making this career of mine or dream of mine a reality. But yeah, wolf. Someone's cutting onions in here. Goddamn, what's happening? Let me drink some water real quick. Okay, now enough about that. You know, don't want to get too sentimental now. Whew. Okay. Sorry. I've also wanted, like with these videos, I want to keep my voice a bit lower since these are supposed to be nighttime. So a lot of people are probably seeing this when they're either relaxing or maybe they're studying or working or whatever. You know, you wouldn't really want high pitches or like a sudden burst of noise. So I do want to, I want to try making my voice just a little bit, not quieter, but just a little bit lower in terms of volume. But yeah, that is basically it for me, guys. If you stayed around, consider dropping a like, comment down if, just comment anything you're thinking at the moment. And if you want to see how far I can go with this, then subscribe and let's see where we go with this. But until then, that is it for me. I'll be calling it a night and I'll be heading to bed. I'll see you guys in the next video, which I will actually be talking about Faith, the final main character. But until then, I hope you guys have a good morning, a good afternoon, a good evening, and a good night, because I certainly will have a good night. Or not. Actually, no, I sleep like a log, so I will have a good night. Hope you guys have... I gotta stop repeating myself. I'll see you guys until the next video. Bye bye.